What is up, my drillers? I just woke up, which is why my voice like that. And why I look like I got bitch slapped on my forehead, because I slept on my side. But basically, I realized that I have been forgetting to fucking vlog when I hang out with people, because I'm having too much fun. So, this week, I have 2 interviews. Yeah, my nails are really outgrown. 2 interviews, and I think I'm getting my remarking results back. So I'm just gonna yap and not only make vlogs when I'm with my friends. So yesterday I had an interview for math tutoring at my old math tuition center, and okay, I wanted to negotiate the pay, but I can't. And the thing, because it was already in the contract, and the thing is, the issue with this job is that I would have to work weekends. So weekdays it would be 3:30 to 7:30, which is not bad, but and I get Fridays off. But then weekends it would be 9:30 to 6:30, and like I I wanted to go to art on Sunday, but they were like, no, weekends are compulsory. They're like, you can take one off here and there, but like you can't consistently take Sunday off. Because I was like, oh, can I just come like after the lunch break? Because lunch break is 1:30 to 2:30. I was like, yeah, I can just come at like 2:30, and they're like, no. Yeah, so, and I was like, do I really want this? But then the pay is like not bad, because it's 15 an hour without CPF, like after the CPF deduction, I'm pretty sure. So I would be making like 2K a month, which is honestly, for someone my age, is not bad. It's quite rare to find above 17. I know, done, you have 16, 18 an hour, but like that's really rare. Like you fucking bitch. But yeah, so but the thing is, I'm still waiting to hear back from ACS if they're taking me for the math job. So, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this job first. I'll go for the fucking training or whatever, which is unpaid, and 16 hours. So I'll probably go for like 7 hours a day for training, and then I'll just go for like regular work, and then they can deduct the other 2 hours from whatever day I work. But then, because termination is only 1 day notice, so what I think I'm gonna do is I'll take the job first, and then I'll wait back to hear from ACS if they want me, and if they do, I can just quit this job. And if they don't, then I can just continue, because the longer I stay with these people, not gonna dogs, the the more money I would get after a while. Yeah, but at the same time, ACS would only be until April, but I can do this job until like uni. I could always go back to them after ACS, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, but they were so like, first of all, I did IB. I don't know why they want me to teach O level. Fine, I did learn O level math, but like I didn't take like the actual exam. I only learned O level math because there was no IP program math tuition, sorry. Yeah, and then my bad messages. And yeah, and then a lot of and then second of all, I got scammed because I was told that I was gonna have an interview with Mr. Devish, who is, oh fuck, never mind. I just realized I kind of doxed the place, but I don't really fucking care. So yeah, I was told I was gonna have the interview with Mr. Devish, who was like the head honcho, right? And I was like, okay, sick. This fucking praying mantis looking dude who has like 3 hairs on his head scares the living crap out of me. But like, okay, and I was really nervous for my interview. And then his son walks in. I'm like, okay. And like, but the son knows me because he teaches in the econs department, and he was like 2 tables away from my regular teacher. So and he's so pretty for some reason. It's really annoying. Like, he has like light brown eyes, like the like amber. I don't know why I did that. Amber kind of eyes, but like he has a lisp, like a really, like he talks like this, and it's really weird because it's like he looks so proper. He's, I don't know if he pronounces his R's like that. I can't remember, but his lisp is so distracting. Like like it just throws off the whole like aura he has, you know. But yeah, and they were weirdly really pushy about me like signing the contract on the spot. And they're like, because I was reading it properly, I was like, okay, okay, okay. And then they were like, oh, it's our lunch break, do you want to sign it now? I was like, I'm not done reading. They're like, it's fine, I'll explain to you the contract. Proceeds to flip through the entire thing in like a minute. I'm like, okay, can I have a second to think about this? And they're like, fine. And then they sent me like an online copy, and they also let me take a physical copy home. Also, I'm jumping around a lot because my brain's not working, but they also made me take a test. And it was an O-level test, but the fucking thing is, I've forgotten all my geometry because I didn't need them in IB. No one needs to fucking know that the fucking circle properties or whatever, so I couldn't do the geometry questions. And then the son also came to check up on me, and then he saw, mind you, the test was 2 hours and 15 minutes. An hour in, I was basically 80% done with the test. And then he saw that I was still doing it, and then he was like, because I'm, first of all, okay, wait, I'm jumping around a lot, I'm really sorry. So the interview was not even an interview. He came in, I shook his hand, and then he was just asking me basic questions like, what was your school, la la la, what did you study, what do you want to teach? Nothing about like, why would you think you'd be a good teacher or anything. So I was like, okay. And then after the interview, they immediately shooed me to do the test. But during the interview, he was like, oh yeah, you're gonna do a test. No one fucking told me before that day, by the way. And then they were like, and he was like, oh, just do half the test. I was like, okay. I had to go back myself. They obviously didn't know that I was supposed to do half the test. And before I could open their mouth, they were like, okay, do the thing. I was like, okay. And then he comes back in, and then he sees that I'm like 80% done, and or like I'm still writing something, and then he's like, oh, okay, just submit this. I'm like, what? And then I'm like, okay, and then I submit the thing. I get 84% because I didn't finish all the questions. And then I'm home by myself when I hear a door. And then I walk back to because the HR department and where I took the test, like where the O-level math department is, are in two different buildings. So I walked back to HR, and then he catches me on the way, and then he sees the test and he's like, oh, not bad. Like, considering that I haven't touched O-level math in like 2 years. Okay, Dylan's finally awake. Okay, wait, hold on. Yeah, so and then he's like, I'll meet you down at HR in like 2 minutes. I go down, doesn't fucking show up. They do the contract thingy, and then they're like, okay, you're done. I'm like, so I leave. I have the contract and my test in hand. I happen to fucking pass him on the way to the train, and then he's like, he's talking to a parent, I think, or like, I don't know, he's talking to another adult, and he's like, oh, wait, I need to tell you something, give me 5 minutes of your time. And then he's like, okay, so you know you'd be making roughly 2K a year, and if you do this for like a month, sorry, and he's like, if you do this for 6 months, you'll get 12K, and that's really good for money before you go to uni. And then he was basically trying to convince me to like sign on the spot. I was like, oh, I just want to go home and like read the contract again, and like before I sign anything. And I'm also waiting to hear back from another job. And then he's like, oh, no, you should sign with us, so yeah, that was how did I make this 10 minutes? Also, knowing me, when I edit this, I'm gonna be really fucking lazy. I'm gonna keep all of the weird fucking shit I say, but yeah, I made this 10 minutes. I'm so sorry. I have another interview today with Maastricht, which is a school that really fucking wants me for some reason. Like, I submitted my application, right? This is the only program, like, course that I'm applying to that is not aerospace. This is a liberal science program. And so basically I get to learn whatever science I want. Like, they have a catalog of like math, chem, physics, bio, neuro, which is really cool. And they're like, okay, just pick whatever you want to learn, whatever you want to learn. But like at the same time, how useful is that degree? You know, I'm just applying for funsies. But yeah, so I submitted my application like a week before the application closed. No, 2 weeks before. No, significantly before. I can't remember when the application deadline was, because I think I had a longer one because I applied with my EU passport. And then a week after I submitted my application, they're like, oh yeah, you're in on the condition that you send us your diploma. Like, I wasn't supposed to fucking do that anyway, but like if I want to send them my diploma, I have to give IB money. So I'm gonna hold off sending my diploma until 1, the remarking, and 2, I decide whether I actually want to fucking go here. Probably not, but like I'll use the interview as practice. And then they're like, yeah, so we want you book an interview for next week. So that is today at 5 p.m. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna ask me, because one of the things I had to submit was like a questionnaire. They called it a letter of motivation, but that it was like the typical letter of motivation. And they basically asked questions like, it was a really freaky one that was like, if you had all the time, money, and resources in the world, what would you research? And my genuine answer was twin experimentation. Because like twins are so cool, you know, like. But that would have made me look like a psychopath. So I was like, okay, let me write a really fucking nerdy answer. So I wrote dark matter. Because at first I was going to write like linguistics as a white bitch who grew up in Asia. And not having English as my first language. I can tell that like the way I process language is not the same. Especially because I learned a lot of my vocab and grammar from books. So I can tell that like the way I think linguistically is very different to other people. So I thought like researching that would have been really cool, because like it's a personal thing. But then I googled and there was already a lot of research on that. I was like, fuck, damn. So yeah, but I'll probably accidentally make another 15-minute long video about the interview. But yeah, and then probably after that one will be me crying about my remarking results, whether it be I got it or I didn't get it. I just want the physics 7, man. I don't even care about the Langlet 7. Fine, it'll be a nice flex, because like the only people I know who got a Langlet 7 are the ones who got 45. But like, bro, just give me my physics 7, please. Like, Comster fucked me over. I deserve this, okay? I did not deserve 13 out of 24 for my IA. I had Enrico and four ASP people read my IA, and they all said it was a minimum 18. So the fact that this fucker gave me 13, and when he gave me back my drop, which is a physical drop, sly fucker, so I can't have digital evidence that he didn't give me any fucking comments, there was basically nothing. He wrote his comments in red. I saw other like IAs where he's like, oh, this is trash. Like, they were filled with red. He gave me back my IA and he's like, oh yeah, this is really good. And he had basically nothing written. He was nitpicking. He was like, change the sentence structure, format this different. I don't know why that happened. Format this differently. Like, he had virtually no comments for me. So either he's incompetent when he's marking, sorry, I'm getting really angry, he's incompetent when he's marking drafts, or he had it out for me when he was doing the final grading, and by the grace of his god, I was not picked for like the, what's it called? Not benchmarking, like sample marking, because that was like a 90% chance that I was gonna get picked. So like, sorry, I'm just really mad about this because I did not. If I would have not gotten that 13 out of 24, I would have gotten my physics 7, and I would not have had to pay IB $150 just to get that fucking thing remarked. But sorry, I'm really upset about this because I cried for like 5 fucking hours when I saw that physics 6. I didn't talk to anyone that day, and we were in Australia, and we were in the middle of butt-fuck nowhere on a mountain. So like, I was emo, and I just sat in the back of I was supposed to sit in the front of the car and DJ. I sat in the back and I cried, and then I woke up and I didn't want to talk to anyone. So this means a lot to me, but I need to shut up and go eat breakfast. But yeah, you shall get updates about the interview later. I kind of forgot how to film how my Mashik interview went. And what's really funny is right after this, I'm gonna open their letter. Like, I think it's a letter that says whether I get rejected or accepted. But yeah, so I think the interview went really well. The dude said, and I quote, that I would be a really good fit for the program, the liberal science program. He was really British, like, and I felt kind of bad because the call started, and then I said hello, but I wasn't sure if he heard me because there was a big delay, and then he said hello, and then I was like, oh hi, and he said hi again, and I was like, I don't know why, something inside me just was like, say hi again, like hi, and then he said hi again. I was like, fuck. But the interview went really well. He laughed at all my jokes. I might have been a bit too what's the word, informal. Sorry, I just woke up from a nap. I say this like it's not before 10. He laughed at all my jokes, but I was a bit too informal because I said cool. But he basically just asked me like the same questions I had to answer for my letter of motivation. And then this is one question. I was like, okay, I have to ask you this. The school makes me ask everyone this. Are you comfortable with calculus? And then I don't know what came over me. I was like, I have to teach people calculus, like grade 7, grade 8 students calculus soon. So I think if I was not comfortable with calculus, I would be really embarrassed. And then he went, ha ha ha. So, and then honestly, he explained like the system, which sounds quite cool. So basically, instead of just lectures and tests, it would be there would also be this thing where, so like a class would have like 15 people, and they'll break us up into groups, and then they'll give us like a real world problem, and then we have to use what we know to try and solve the problem. And if we don't know enough, then we're supposed to go home, research, blah blah blah, and then come back with a solution. And so the dude was a bio teacher for the program, and he was like, so my job is basically just to ask the students annoying questions. Okay, that was not his accent, but it's too early in the morning for me to do a British accent. And he was like, yeah, so my job is to just ask the students annoying questions like why this, why that, and to make sure that everyone knows like what they're supposed to do, what they don't know, and stuff like that. But like, I was literally raised on that system already, because every time I went to ask my dad a question, he would never give me an answer. He would be like, okay, what don't you know? Okay, go look it up, blah 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 blah. So like, I'm already quite familiar with how this would work. And then I asked him, and then he was like, do you have any other questions for me? And then I was like, oh, like, what can I use this degree for? Because this is the only non-aerospace program that I'm applying to. And then he said, basically, it would be a bachelor in science. So if I choose to go into the private sector, I could, because that's the minimum requirement, bachelor in science. But he said a lot of his students, like, they'll move on to do a master's in a specific area if they've decided that, like, oh yeah, I finally found what I want to do, because a lot of people will take this program to like my bad, morning allergies reacting up. Oh fuck. Okay, I'm not done. I can feel it. Okay. No, no, I'm not done. I can feel it. I'm not sneezing into Moose, by the way. His hand is here, and I'm like sneezing this way into my elbow. But anyway, yeah. So I lost my train of thought. Yeah. So he said that's what a lot of his students do. They use this program to figure out what they're into, and then move on to specialize in something else. Yeah, and then he was like, yeah, but you seem like the kind of person who can get interested in anything. I was like, oh my god, you're so right. But yeah, I think the interview went well. So now time to open the acceptance rejection letter, but that I'm gonna put all those videos together in one. So probably gonna wait a while for that one because student apps are like really late. Yeah. Also, aren't you proud of me? I yapped significantly less. The other video was like 15 minutes long. But yeah. Pray for me, guys. Okay, I'm stupid. I forgot to say some things. But basically, I also had to do like, he said, oh, you have to wait like 3 weeks, and then we'll tell you whether you're accepted or rejected, but it'll probably be faster because we're quite early in the application process and blah blah. I was like, okay, sick. And then he's like, okay, so assuming you get accepted, like, you have a week to reply, and then yada. Then I was like, oh, am I allowed to just accept it first and then reject it later? Because the timetable for all the different schools I'm applying to is like really fucking weird. He's like, yeah, you're not legally obligated to. And I forgot a funny story to add to this. I didn't know that I know 3 separate dudes who go to Maastricht. So one of them is doing business. I think he's graduating this year. I met him like once, but I know his mom since I've been a kid. I love his mom. The second one is also going for the lip science program, but I think he's like 2 or 3 years ahead. I'm not really sure. Haven't seen him in a while. And then the third one is also Romanian, and he's a med student. And the thing is, I knew he was going to, he visited us like once, like with his family. I knew that he was going to med school in the Netherlands, but I didn't know he was going to Maastricht. And then my mom was like, yeah. I shouldn't say, I'll bleep his name out, but she's like, yeah, he's going to Maastricht, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, huh? What do you mean? And she's like, yeah, I told you so long. No, she didn't, but doesn't matter. And then randomly at the dinner table, unprompted, no one was talking, everyone was eating because everyone was hungry. She was like, you know, he's a really good cook. And I was like, huh? How do you know? Like, huh? And then she's like, oh, his mom told me. I'm like, okay. And the thing is, the day before, I gone for breakfast with my mom. And then I was thinking, so she basically was like, no, don't go overseas. Like, you have to clean, you have to cook for yourself, you have to take care of yourself. Like, no, don't go, right? So I was thinking of that, and then I said, oh, then I wouldn't have to cook for myself anymore. But then after it came out of my mouth, I was like, shit, it sounds like I want to date this dude. And then, yeah, and then my mom was, after dinner, was like, you would have 3 separate dudes to take care of you there if you went. I was like, okay. But I did ask my mom to ask his mom for his number so that I could like ask him a few questions about the school, like what he likes and how the teachers and the people and stuff. So yeah, I don't know how I forgot to say this story, but what are we trying to do? I forgot to vlog. How was Mala? After how many years in Australia?
Okay, I feel like the Wayla was like less spicy this time.
Yeah.
It's like a manageable spicy. No, I can't. I shit you not. Last time it was not
No
like
pun
that.
intended.
She does shit.
You sit next to me, the Greek goes battling in my stomach.
Okay, it's not my fault. Okay? Like you were dying too, so
I didn't shit my intestines out.
we downed like half a bottle of soup.
And you were what color?
Nah,
I can't find anything. Hold on.
nah. I mean, it's all in your phone. It's not like you're gonna show me.
You know I can edit post. I can like post anyway.
Is it big enough? 5 cm.
That's my shit.
Yeah, that's like 4 cm, 5 cm. But is it like cross-sectional area or like that?
I think it might be cross-sectional, like the diameter.
It's just really weird on camera.
How many like this students does it take to figure this out?
I think it's 5 cm, not 5 cm. Yeah, I just get that.
And we had ice cream.
I mean, you'd rather for it to be bigger than smaller. Yeah.
Hey guys, it's not about the size, it's the way you use it, okay? It's about the motion of the ocean.
Stop. My sister's is literally the same thing, and my boyfriend's is the same thing as well. Why are y'all so different?
Because we're all white, okay?
My sister's not white.
Oh sister, I have boyfriend.
My boyfriend too, but that's another thing.
Maybe your sister is white, how would you know? Maybe she's just wearing a
She's
skin
very
suit.
pale.
Maybe she's just wearing a skin suit.
She's really pale. Oh, I should find a photo. I should find a photo where both of them are doing a side part.
I think I've seen your sister once.
Why? I haven't seen your sister in years. Oh, she cut her hair really short, and like she had a classmate that I'm actually interning with. Oh. And then I showed my sister's recent photo to her classmate, and she was like, "Is your sister gay?" I was like, "Girl, what?" I was like, "What? What does that mean?" Is your sister gay? And she said it so loudly too. Oh my gosh.
What is that picture?
Nah. Okay. It's the stack, okay, of black nail material. Look at them. Oh no, yeah, wait. I haven't. Wait, do you want?
What's she look like? She's seeing her hair for the first time.
Wait.
Your boyfriend is super as
What?
He looks like he's been through more than that.
They were singing the Boulevard of Broken Dreams by Green Day. Because my sister started singing, and I was like, "Why do you want to act like that?"
What's this zesty ass boy?
It's an anime character's pose, and then I asked him.
I don't want to look anymore.
It's okay. I hit all the bad words. This is how it pays for all our meals with a face card. You know? Shut up!
No, I love the way how you hear what she said. That's how he pays for all our meals.
This face card.
With a face card.
Oh my god. Okay, it's not me initially. It was my junior who sent out this email. But, okay. This school has a light blue background for the yearbook photos. Our yearbooks have a dark gray background. We all look like we died or something. And they don't use like actual lighting. Yeah, so it just looks like dim all around. And people are smiling and it looks like gray. Like you actually look ashy. It's so horrible.
Obituary photos.
Yeah, and it's just like a whole row. like row by row.
It's like so Hunger Games. One after another. Yeah, rest in peace.
It's like everyone who passes through the education system. Yeah.
But yeah, mala and ice cream. Okay, it's technically not interview week anymore. It's the Tuesday after. But I realized I should probably put this info in that video because it's related. I got my remarking back and I didn't get either one. I got it back yesterday, but I sobbed because I really wanted that physics 7. My bad, I just woke up. If you can't tell from the unmade bed. But yeah, I didn't even care about the language 7. I really wanted the physics 7. But it is what it is, I guess. And I was like, no, because I remarked my written components, not my project. It's the project that fucked me up. And I was like, oh, okay, can I remark my IA then? And then she was like, no, you can only remark once per subject. So I can't do anything about that. I think I've already threatened Comster in one of the other videos. But I will never forget what this man has done for me. He's costed my physics 7. I should not put any of my threats online for fear of getting demonetized. Nah, I don't care about monetization. But yeah, I didn't get it. Yippee. I couldn't even like properly cry about it yesterday because I have training for work from 11:30 to 7:30. So I literally had to cry on a timer. I was like, okay, then let's go change, get ready for work. But yeah, didn't get it. Boo-hoo, I guess.